welcome back to another episode of In Reality. I hope you've enjoyed our last few episodes. Today we're gonna have another meaningful discussion, and our guest for today is Pearl. Hi, Pearl. How
Hello.
are you?
Hi, Rhea. I'm doing good. How about you?
Great, of course. Thank you so much for being here on my channel. I really appreciate it. And you guys, this is not a Zoom background. We're really actually outdoors for the first time. At least you're going to see a different background this time.
Right. Fresh air.
Yes, for sure. And to start with, I'd like you to get to know more about our guest for today. So Pearl, tell us, how did you start in the BPO industry? Like, how was your job application like up to the training and up to this point wherein you're now working as a training manager?
Right. Hi, everyone. My name is Perla. You can call me Pearl. I started my BPO career way back in 2007.
Yeah.
I know, right? All of the viewers right there, you're all millennials and you're thinking that you're still young, but we're already taking calls. Yes. Just to recall my life, as when I started in a BPO industry, so I applied in 2007 in a telco company.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy for me from a fresh grad moving on to a call center industry, because that's the exact year where the call center company really boomed and is really famous. So I decided to step up and really applied. It was a nerve-wracking interview. Like, it's all about myself. They asked me to read a paragraph, and they want me to explain something that I understand out of the paragraph that I have. It wasn't easy. I prayed so hard to really get the job, because I was still in my early 20s at that time. Luckily, I got the job. I started as a call center agent in a telco company. It wasn't easy at first because I'm not a techie person, but you have to go through training and you have to learn everything so that you'll be able to assist your customers. And then when I moved to another company from telco to a banking or financial company, it took me some time to adjust from telco to banking. Luckily, I started my life as an agent. I was able to take calls, but promoted as a trainer, became an assistant training manager, and then a training manager right now.
Yes. Wow, what a journey you've had. It's been so long, and I think we both started at a point in our lives when we were so young. Probably for most of you here who are planning to apply, you are at this point wherein maybe you've just graduated, or even you're still in school and you wanted to join the BPO industry. It is very possible, especially nowadays, that we already have a lot of resources. Now, with Pearl right here, she experienced being in a telco program or account and then moved on to financial or banking. Like, I myself haven't really experienced a telco account, so I'd like to ask you, what was the experience like when you were in the telco account compared to in banking or financial? How is it different? How is it similar?
For me, it was really challenging. For a person who's not even techie, who's not into gadgets, it was a huge transition from telco, because in telco, I really have to learn. I don't have a choice but to learn all the specifics of a certain phone, into sales, and I'm not really good at it. Whereas banking, all you have to do is to know how to read statements, like the basic ones. So for those viewers out there, if you have like your VECO statement, any statement that you have, you can even practice reading the amount due, your balance, and how to read numbers. It was a huge transition, but for me, I liked banking more than telco until now. Because if I have issues with my phone, I call customer service or I ask my friend. Whereas if you want me to look for a statement or understand billing, I would be able to explain it further compared to telco side. It was a lot of pressure on me in my early 20s to really get sales, to explain all the specifics of the phone to the customers. it was tough, but I'm glad that I was able to, overcome everything.
Yes, and talking about financial or banking account, of course, that had been my account for the entire time that I
Yes.
was in the BPO industry, where Pearl and I actually met. And with financial, and when I started, at least for me, I was a bit anxious because I was not really that good with numbers. And what I meant was that math was not my favorite, but then it was a financial and banking account.
Yep.
So for you, when you started, did you feel that you're good at math, or that it's easy for you because it's just, numbers and talking with people about their money? Was that something like that for you as well?
Not really easy, but what makes it simple is that during the interview, until such time that you were taking calls, although it's more on numbers and I'm not really good at math, one thing, the advantage of having or of being in a financial industry is that you just need to read the numbers. Everything is already auto-populated, everything is given in the system, so as long as you know where to click, you know where to find, it will auto-populate, just read it and then explain it to the customer. And it doesn't involve any sales at all.
Yeah.
So at least the pressure is not really that much if you compare it to telco.
Yeah, and when you started that, you did not have any experience with like banking at all.
No, not at all. Just in telco, but in telco, that already taught me how to read numbers, read statements, and how to explain it to the customer. So that was like my advantage compared to other new hires at that time. So just reading the numbers, know where to find it,
Yeah.
and I think you're good.
Yeah. Hey, that's actually good that you mentioned that you did not have any experience related to banking,
Right.
because I think that some of our viewers might be worried that they don't have experience, and then how are they going to survive in the BPO industry. So those are good learning points for us as well. Now, when you applied first, did you think about it that this is going to be your career plan, or did it just happen that, okay, I'm going to apply? How was that for you?
All right. When I graduated, all my friends, number one, to be honest, it's all about influence of the
Yeah.
people around me. So my classmates, my friends, they're already working in BPO industry, and I was really curious of what it's like to work in a BPO industry. And I'm a person who loves to talk, who loves to speak in front of the crowd. So I decided, okay, so I wanted to talk to someone, I wanted to explain, I wanted to help. So this is really my passion. So it's not that I was forced to do this because of money, because at the time,
Yeah.
call center industry is really the best company that you can work with. But during that time, my passion and my heart really goes to BPO. So when I apply, it was really an application not only with interest, but with my passion on it. When I answered the job interview, all the more when I started my training as as an agent.
All right. That's great. Thank you for sharing that, Pearl. And now that you are already a training manager, what's your work like, and how was it different from the time when you were still taking calls?
Thank you. It's really different. When I was taking calls, I only have to take care of and to take care and understand the customer's need. But now that I'm already a training manager, I have to take care of everything. It's a huge responsibility. So from my trainers all the way to our new hires. So what we're doing, our main responsibility and training is really to mold our new hires. That's number one. Not only to welcome them, but to keep them warm and motivated, because most of them are fresh hires. It's their
Yes.
first job, first experience. We want to make it remarkable and memorable for them. We wanted to make it the best experience and fun ever. And lastly, we're here not only to mold them, but to see them in the future, to make sure that we help them with their calls, we train them properly, and then we see how they improve when they start taking calls on their own. And of course, we are so excited to see them grow, such as becoming a supervisor, quality analyst, and trainers as well. So that's really like training is more on a foundation of someone who wanted to be part of a BPO industry.
Yes, that's true, and I can certainly attest to that because I've been a part of the training team for a long time when we were both in the same company.
Yes.
Well, you're still in that company and now working with Multiply Me. By the way, it's 100% remote work. I'm going to link the Facebook careers page on the description. Then if you want to work in a contact center or call center, then you can let me know and you can let Pearl know as well.
We're hiring, so come on
Yes.
guys, don't be afraid.
Yeah, for
Banking,
sure.
financials, it's easy. Don't believe in all those mga scary stories of people. It's not true.
Yes, for sure. And they're still working in the office, of course, following
Right.
safety protocols. On our end, it's all remote or work from home. So it really depends on your preference. And like what I'm saying earlier, I can attest to the level of training that we've done before. I think for me, it's one of the best that I've attended so
Right.
far, because you really will be able to hone yourself and your skills before you actually go to the floor. And yeah, of course, in your case, you're still working in the office now, even though it's the pandemic. So what is it
Right.
like working in the middle of a pandemic?
It was tough, scary at first, especially on the peak of coronavirus. So
Yeah.
I recall between March, April, and May. That's the peak of COVID-19. It's not easy for a trainer, a training manager, and everyone in training to be working at home immediately because of a lot of things that you have to consider. It was so risky to work on site, but given the safety protocols we have in the office, we feel comfortable and confident that we are safe inside the office. And of course, we always have our masks all the time. So even if we are working on site, we only have limited trainees inside the training room because of social distancing. We wear masks all the time, face shield. I know it's not easy for a trainer side, but safety should be our main priority. And of course, we have alcohol, everything that we need to follow inside the office. It wasn't an easy transition. I haven't tried working from home, so I'm a legend in terms of working on site. I can attest to that. But as time goes by, we're able to adapt to the new normal. We're able to accept reality that COVID-19 will always be there. It's with us all the time. So what we can do is really manage how we interact with people, how we're going to be safe in everything that we do, because we're not stopping you to have your own life outside the office, but be mindful of the people around you, everything that you're going to touch. Always follow the safety protocol and you should be fine.
Thank you. Thanks, Pearl. I think that's very important, especially that right now we're easing quarantine restrictions.
Right.
It's not like before that there is a strict home isolation policy. So I'm glad that they're actually following the safety protocols in the office as well. Now, for sure, before you became a training manager, you've had experience like handling trainees in the classroom. What are the mistakes that you've seen new hires make usually in the classroom?
Okay, good question. Usually, first things first, when I was a trainer, and then you were going to meet different people. It could be different ages, but they're fresh hires in terms of BPO. The number one thing, when they have this assumption that when they've reached banking vertical, banking is so difficult, I can't do this. They haven't gone through training just yet. They just signed the contract, but they already have a negative impression of being part of a financial account. It's financial. I'm going to read numbers. I am going to explain the billing statement to the customer. It's something that I cannot do. Number one is, assumption. Second is negative impression of their peers, their batch mates, number one. So for one batch, if without COVID-19, it's composed of like 25 folks as the maximum, right?
Yeah, okay.
So 25 folks from different culture, different walks of life. They have different impression, and sometimes a newbie may be intimidated if they have a batchmate who already have a call center experience.
True.
And then
It happens all the time.
Yep. And then it happens all the time. They will hear different stories from, if it's, financial, customers will be acting like this. They will intimidate you. They will provoke you. And then you will cry. You will do this. That negative impression. Third is not trying it first. Giving an impression, feedback, and comment without trying it first. For example, if they're already on their last day of training and they have a mock call, like say a final mock call. So without the mock call, they're already crying, they're already anxious, and can't, they're very emotional. So what I'm thinking is could have been better if they're going to try it first, because everything that's part of the mock call is already part of, you know, weeks and months of training, so you don't have to worry about it. Try to calm yourself and try to read all your resources so that you can answer whatever is the question. So I think that's the three things that will make it, you know, that will hinder you from working in a BPO industry. Those assumptions that you have even before trying it.
True, that's true. I totally agree with that, because we've seen a lot of trainees before. They haven't taken calls yet, but they're already crying.
Yes, they're already crying.
They haven't even
They
tried
wanted
it
to.
yet.
Sometimes we have like most of the time we have a trainee. Miss, I don't want to take calls. It's my first day. I wanted to go home.
Yes, that's true.
That's the first impression. I wanted to go home. I wanted to resign immediately because I don't think I can make it. But if you think about it, whatever is a customer's concern, it's basically the same thing that your trainer has been asking all throughout the training period.
Yes, that's true.
It's a different person, but the concept, the questions, the concerns, it's basically the same.
Yeah, and you will definitely get better at taking calls when you
try
keep
it.
When you keep doing it. So when you keep avoiding it, then there's no way for you to learn. There's no way for you to understand the customer's concern, and we're not invalidating your feelings. By the way, obviously you'll be anxious.
It's valid.
Yes,
it's normal.
It's the first time you're going to take calls. I think I felt that way as well when I started. I even had heart palpitations the first time. Like, I took a mock call. It's not even a live call yet. It was just a mock call, and I had to go to the clinic because my heart was beating so fast.
That's true. And speaking of, I remember my first call when I started in 2007. I'm a believer. I keep on praying, and I believe in God and everything. So what I did, I always bring my
Rosary?
my rosary and other stuff that my mom gave me when I started working. So I always have it with me. Every time we have a mock call, it's a practice call, I always have it with me. I pray. I'm even shaking, but I believe that God will guide me along the way. And it's normal that you feel nervous, but siguro what I'm thinking is, instead of those negativity, all the nervousness that you're feeling, we want you to somehow be relaxed.
Yes.
Trust yourself that you've gone through few days, weeks of training. You can do it. Listen, that's the first thing that you need to know as a newbie. For all the newbies out there, listen. Once you're able to listen, you will understand that, okay, this is a customer's concern, and this is what I learned in training. This is where I'm going to look for the answers.
Yes, exactly. And what I can say is that if you are in the right company, you will be in good hands.
That's true.
Unfortunately, that's not true for all companies, and we can't compare because we haven't been to all, but you will know that once you're already there. So we truly wish that you find the right one for you as well. So far we've talked about Pearl's BPO experience, how it is working in the pandemic, even as a training manager handling different people. When we get back from our commercial break, we're going to talk more about her future plans, and of course how she manages to maintain work-life balance, or as they call it now, life-work balance. Yes,
especially in the new normal.
In the new normal. And knowing that she has been working for 14 years now, I think you can really learn so much from that. But that's when we get back from our commercial break, so don't leave us yet. We're gonna have a giveaway of my ebook, which is a call center interview questions and sample answers plus insider tips, very helpful to those of you who want to apply in the call center or BPO industry. So we'll see you when we get back. So it's time for our ebook giveaway. I'm giving away 3 copies of call center interview questions and sample answers plus insider tips ebook. All you have to do is comment your name, your username, or any name I can identify you with. Plus, another thing, very important, you have to comment your key takeaway or the lesson that you've learned from this video. At least just one. I'm sure you've learned so much already at this point of our conversation. And then I'm gonna choose 3 winners, which I'm going to announce on my Facebook page and my YouTube community page. So make sure you comment now before 6 p.m. tomorrow. We will close our giveaway as well, but you can still continue watching this episode as well as our previous episodes. Now let's get back to our conversation with Pearl. And we're back from our commercial break. Thank you so much for staying with us. Pearl, are you ready for our icebreaker fast talk question?
Oh, Oh my
Yes.
God, do I have a choice?
No, you don't have a choice, but you will choose between two choices.
Okay.
You know how fast talk works if you watch Tito Boy. Okay. All right, so let's start with the first one. Customer service or sales?
Customer service.
Voice or non-voice?
Voice for me.
Chat or email?
Chat.
Coffee or soda?
Coffee, always.
OT before shift or OT after shift?
Before shift.
Okay. Late or absent?
Late.
Team drinking or team eating?
Eating. Can I have both? Eating and then drinking after.
Yes. Would you rather take calls all day or listen to calls all day?
Take calls all day.
Really?
Yeah. I tend to sleep if I listen to calls.
Okay.
That's why I can't be a QA analyst.
That's why she's a trainer.
Yeah, I didn't apply for that.
Office or work from home?
Office.
Okay. Night shift or day shift?
Night shift, please.
Pantry food or bring your own baon?
For me, pantry for now. I don't cook, so pantry.
Okay, perfect. So would you rather be the CEO of the company or be another executive?
CEO of the company.
Why not? Okay. And for the last would you rather question, would you rather have an office where you could wear pajamas to work or work in a really fancy office?
A really fancy office. I wanted to dress up because it motivates me rather than wearing pajamas. I tend to sleep. I love to sleep.
We are so opposite. I know she loves to dress up and really go to the office, whereas I just really want to stay home and
Yes.
wear my pajamas while working. Well, different people, different
Yes.
preferences.
Anything that motivates you guys, do
Yes,
it.
for sure. Okay, let's continue our conversation with Pearl. As we've mentioned earlier, she's been in the industry for 14 years now. So, what do you usually do to keep yourself sane? You know, you keep working Mondays to Fridays. So, how's your life-work or work-life balance?
Right, that's a tough question for everyone or for the rest, but for me, okay. I'm an ambassadress of work-life balance. So if it's
Yeah.
work from Monday to Friday, I concentrate on, I have a to-do list
Okay.
before Monday to prepare from Monday to Friday. It could be a business review or anything that I need to do, emails and what have you. And then on a Saturday and Sunday, it's really me time. When I say me time, no work as much as possible and really focus on whatever makes me happy. I'm into fitness, so I find a way to really work out on a Sunday or Monday morning and even Saturday. I love going to the beach. I'm an outdoor person. I love going to places I've never been to. And also try to eat food that I can't try on a Monday to Friday because I'm busy. Time is limited compared to a Saturday and Sunday. It's all me.
Yeah.
And then if I love to sleep, I really need to sleep for sleep like a baby, like 12 to 16 hours, because that's the only time that I can sleep. Without any limit compared to a Monday to Friday, I need to set an alarm. But during Saturdays and Sundays, if I'm not working out, there's no alarm, and that's the best thing ever.
Yes. Perfect. How about for our viewers out there who can't really leave their house every weekend, for example? What are your tips for, the things that they can do while they're just staying at home?
Okay. Well, based on my experience, I would like to share it to everyone during ECQ, during lockdown.
Yes.
For an outdoor person, I don't have a choice because everything is closed at that time.
Yeah.
So what I can suggest, whether you're working in the office or working from home, of course, Monday to Friday is yours. Other than that, on a rest day, aside from watching TV or your favorite series, you can also work out.
Yes.
A simple exercise for me is really important because it's the only thing that you can stretch your body, your bones. There are a lot of things that you can do at home. Home workout was very famous during ECQ.
True.
Skipping rope is there. Jumping without rope is also there. Downloading the app is also simple, and you can also do simple stuff like washing your dishes, your
sure.
laundry. That's already part of the exercise. The most important thing is you sweat your body out. Also, if you can't really leave your place, another thing is, aside from working out, you can also have a journal. So you can write the things, your plans, future plans. Say for example, okay, when everything is okay, when I have money, when I have the ability, if quarantine is no longer needed, these are the things that I'm going to do. I have my list number 1, 2, 3, and 5 to keep you sane, because if you're not going to do that, if you don't have any outlet out there, especially for the younger ones, you're the viewers right now, if you don't have any idea just yet, it will not help you mentally if you're not organized. So what I would really suggest that you have a note, things that you can do at home. So let's say for example, first, you do the laundry. Second, you water your plants. Third, you clean your cabinet. You wash the dishes, and then stretching. You do yoga for like 15 to 30 minutes, and plan your things, plan your finances, anything that you can do. And I would also advise for everyone, make use of the internet, because it's really famous right now. Read articles that interest you the most. It could be any articles that you like. If you're into like a physical book itself, because you're hoarding, you're collecting, that would also help. Also checking the news, positive ones, and using of social media wisely. When I say wisely and professionally, you can unfriend and block those people that are sharing fake news and sharing negativity to the world. Always follow the people who's into the positive side. Follow this kind of vlog, subscribe to this kind of YouTube channel.
Videos.
Yes, I would suggest, because even if you're not doing anything outside, you will learn from this video. It could be your video or someone else's video. By simply sitting at home, eating, and probably washing the dishes or whatever, you will learn something from the video, something that you can look forward to, like, okay, I can do this. Tips from not only in a BPO industry, but to other places that you would like to try in the future.
For sure. Wow, there's so many tips that you can follow for sure. I'm sure you're not gonna run out of things to do even when you're just staying home. So I hope that you do those things as well, because it's not all the time that we actually have a chance to go out. Maybe for Pearl, she can now go out every now and then because of where she is, the location, the work that she has. But for a lot of you, maybe it's not possible yet. So don't despair. You can still take care of your mental health even though you are just at home.
Speaking of mental health, that's really the most important thing. During lockdown, people are getting crazy in terms of, it's living a life that's not normal, because it's our first time to experience something like this. Lockdown, all the rest. You can't see your family. I myself, I haven't seen my family for more than a year, but thank you to digital media, to video call and the rest. I'm able to call them immediately, video call, check my parents who's already senior citizen, and that helps me, stay healthy and strong, and of course to keep me sane. Mental health is everything. So even if you don't have the luxury to go out, always take a look at the brighter side. Silver lining, according to 𝘿𝙤𝙤𝙧𝙠, that it's not the end of the world. Everything has an end. So COVID-19, our life won't depend on this for a long time. Let's hope and pray that it's going to be back to normal, or somehow welcome to the new normal. We will be able to adjust it. Don't cry, don't panic, just relax. Everything's going to be okay.
Yes, although, sometimes they really feel like it's the end of the world already. But
even me, I really wanted to go home.
Yeah, me too.
Sometimes I feel,
hang in there.
Yes, I feel guilty because I'm able to go to, different places within the province of Cebu, but I'm unable to go home. And it's so, I'm just so lucky that my parents, the entire family understands my needs and wants as a person. I also need this to keep me sane, and my parents understand that the time will come that if I don't need to go to 14 days quarantine and everything else, then I would be able to go home and see them in person.
Hopefully, me too. And I thank you so much for sharing your insights, Pearl. And that's because I know it's very important for everyone to at least keep themselves safe and sane during the pandemic. And that's, coming from someone who has worked in the middle of the pandemic, beginning, middle, and hopefully
True.
this is going to end soon, but we're not seeing any end to this yet, but that's okay. We're just gonna learn to live with it. And I guess we can wrap up this entire conversation by asking you, what is your advice to people who want to apply to the BPO industry, especially nowadays that it is not really easy to look for a job, but still people are looking for a job to, you know, put food on the table and to also like survive and thrive in this pandemic.
Right. To all the people who's watching in this video, all throughout the pandemic, only BPO industry really stood out among the rest, even during the pandemic. And BPO industry will give you a job that you need, either working on site, working from home. And this is the only industry or company with no age limit. We don't even need a college graduate. It's a company that's very flexible. When I say flexible, anything, even if you're just if you're a high school graduate, you don't have to worry about that. A lot of companies are accepting high school graduate, even if you will tell yourself, I'm not really good in English. No, that's why there's a training ground, because it will teach you how to speak and understand English, so you'd have a better conversation with your customer.
Yeah.
And of course, let's be practical. Aside from the fact that BPO stood out during pandemic, this is
so
also the
true.
company wherein you can really help your family put food on the table. If you're well off enough, if you're lucky enough to have a family who doesn't need your financial support, then you can support yourself, your dreams, future, everything that you want for yourself.
Yeah.
You can support it independently because of BPO industry. And aside from that, BPO will definitely help you develop yourself as an individual. It'll help you be confident, even if you started as a shy type.
Yeah.
The training ground, when you start taking calls and talking to customers, it'll make you confident
Yes.
in talking to public and talking to people. And after that, you will then gauge your capability of whether staying in the company, going to another career path, whatever you like in the
Yeah.
future. This is the main ground where people, even the younger ones, can really not only support their family but boom their personality. You can work in the BPO industry and be a vlogger and blogger at the same time.
Like
We
her.
actually have a lot, right? We
Yes.
have a lot of employees who's doing a work-life balance, who's enjoying it, because in this company, this is where you will be very flexible in such a way that you log in, you log out. After that, you forget your work, you drink, you eat, you have great time with your family and friends, and then you relax, you sleep, and you'll go back to work the next day.
Yes, perfect. That's a perfect way to wrap up our conversation, Pearl. And I should say that everything that she said is true. BPO industry is very inclusive.
Dynamic.
Yes, dynamic
unique.
and fast-paced. So you will really learn so much that you can apply in your day-to-day life. So they're hiring. We're also hiring.
We're
So
hiring,
Go
so
ahead
please.
and don't hesitate anymore.
Yes.
Try it and apply. I think there's no need for us to really convince you, because for sure you've already thought about it if you are watching this video.
Yes, trust
right
yourself,
now.
guys, and you don't have to worry. As long as you're
Yes.
18 years of age, you're in.
There you go.
Send us your resume, everyone. Visit our recruitment hub. We also have our online application. We can do that over the phone, QR code, and the rest. Again, as long as you're 18, don't question yourself. Don't question your capability. We got you.
And with everything there is to know about everything that we've said here, she never really mentioned the company name because she's not
Yes.
supposed to mention the company name, but just let me know so that I can refer you to her company and my
Yes.
company as well. Because
Welcome.
why not? Let's help each other out.
I'm so excited to welcome you guys wherever you are. We have different sites, multiple sites in the Philippines and outside the country. Let us know. Comment down.
Yes,
in
and-
the comment section. Let us know. We'll refer you to different places, companies around the world.
That's perfect. Thank you for inviting them, Pearl.
Yes.
And yes, everyone, I think that you've learned so much from this conversation. Don't forget, we have a giveaway. So all you need to do is comment your name, your username, and your key takeaway or the lesson that you've learned from this conversation. I'm sure you have a lot. Make sure to comment it below. This giveaway is going to end after 24 hours. So 6 p.m. tomorrow, you should have already posted your comment. I'm going to choose 3 winners that I will announce on my Facebook page and my YouTube community page.
I can't believe it.
Yes.
We used to be like partners in training, and now you already have your own vlog and your own sponsors with giveaway.
Sponsor, yes. And of course, I'm very proud of you because you're now a training manager. You've
Thank you
come
so much.
far. So congratulations. I know this has been a long time coming.
Yes, and just work hard, guys. Don't question yourself. As long as you do your best all the time, give your best, and you're passionate at work, promotion is just a piece of cake in a BPO industry.
Yes, for sure. And that's it for episode 4 today. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching and for listening wherever you are. And yeah, I'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you, Raya, for having me here.
Yes,
Thank you,
thanks,
guys.
Pearl.
Stay safe and healthy. Bye.
Bye.